What we still don't know is what's going on with Konate. And genuinely, I'm very concerned about the Ibrahim Konate situation. Not because I know something you don't, but because I just can't understand how something gets so close to being completed and then stonewalls. And I'm sorry for repeating myself on it, but I find that extremely worrying. Because in any negotiation, when you get close, you pretty much get it done. But for it to stonewall all of a sudden, I don't know why. I can only think of two reasons. Either the player has got somebody whispering in his ear of a potential deal elsewhere, or maybe he's seen the money that Salah and Virgil have gotten and thinks, okay, well, now I need to up what I was willing to take even more. And maybe the gap has increased then in the two valuations, and it's just at a point where nobody wants to give ground on it. But we have to make a decision one way or the other quickly. Cannot afford to let Konate go into the transfer window. I would even say that quickly. We can't allow him over the next 2 to 3 weeks to go into this window and face the prospect of not knowing what's going to happen there. Because we need to bring in one centre back as things stand, and we need to bring in another one if we were to lose one. So for me, Liverpool need to make a definitive, quick decision on what their best offer is to Ibrahim Konate. If he doesn't want to accept that, then the difficult decision to sell him has to happen. And we have to be a shithouse about it if he tries to say, well, I want to leave for free in a year. You have to start pushing the whole narrative of, well, if you want to go and play in the World Cup, fella, you're going to have to play, right? Because Didier Deschamps and France aren't going to pick you if you're not playing week in and week out. So we're willing to stick you on the bench because we're not having Liverpool ridiculed again like Trent was. We're not having a player run down his deal and leave for free. So as much as it's not our modus operandi to operate that way, I think we have to learn a lesson and be firmer. We've let it get to this point. Now we need to be decisive in how we deal with it. And look, I want him to stay. You want him to stay. We all want him to stay. But there's no point in letting it drag on through the summer and then losing out on a potential target or two that we would have moved for if we had to sell Konate, and then we end up doing it later in the window when we're behind the eight ball.